Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kali ini saya akan memperkenalkan web yang biasanya saya gunakan untuk latihan khususnya listening dan reading. Jadi dua skill itu. Webnya namanya ieltsonlinetest.com ya. Setelah masuk webnya, kalian bisa langsung sign up kalau belum punya account. Kalau udah langsung login ya. Karena saya sudah punya, saya langsung login pakai uh, akun Google saya. Oke, jadi harus itu ya. Oke, ini di atas ada beberapa pilihan. Kalau kalian ingin, nanti kalian explore sendiri ya. Kalau ingin latihan di sini ya, bagian paling depan IELTS Exam Library. Ada listening, reading, writing, dan speaking. Oke, kita hari ini, untuk khusus video hari ini, kita akan belajar listening. Supaya videonya nggak terlalu panjang. Oke, kita belajar bareng ya, karena to be honest, listening saya juga nggak bagus-bagus amat. Kalau mau kuliah, kita pilihnya academic test. Kalau untuk keperluan kerja di luar negeri, yang biasanya contohnya yang menggunakan WHV atau Work Holiday Visa seperti ke Australia, New Zealand, Inggris, itu pakai General Training Test untuk keperluan kerja di sana. Oke, kita coba yang Januari ya. Nah, nanti kita pilih yang listening. Kalau yang sebelah kiri itu per part, kalau sebelah kanan itu yang langsung 40 menit. Kita pilih yang langsung aja ya, yang mirip seperti official. Nah, ini ya, ingat IELTS sangat berbeda dengan TOEFL, di mana TOEFL itu ada promptnya misal question number one, question number two, question number three. Kalau IELTS enggak, biasanya dirapel. The recording from for question number one to question number six biasanya seperti itu atau from 11 to 20 misalnya seperti itu ya. Jadi kita telinganya memang harus dipasang benar-benar harus fokus nggak nggak mikirin apapun ya. Cukup mikirin ini aja kalau pas ngerjain. Oke, kita klik here.
Section 1. You will hear two teachers, Andrew and Katie, discussing the coming excursion of their language class.
Oke, kita pause dulu. Hati-hati ketika kita mulai mengerjakan listening, ini strategi yang pertama, yaitu baca aturannya. Di sini tertulis dengan jelas, no more than three words. Jadi jawaban kalian tidak boleh lebih dari 3 kata. Lebih dari 3 kata, artinya 4 kata, itu salah. Jangankan kelebihan 1 kata ya, kelebihan 1 huruf aja salah. Atau kurang 1 huruf aja salah. Gitu ya. Kemudian sembari biasanya ada pembukaan dulu ya, recordingnya misal memperkenalkan IELTS itu apa, kita nggak usah dengerin itu, langsung kita membaca secara cepat soalnya untuk memprediksi jawaban, ya. Sebisa mungkin kita membaca cepat. Inilah IELTS ya, walaupun di listening, skill membaca kita sudah diuji, ya. Kita apa namanya memprediksi. Nah, ingat no more than three words. Jadi bisa 1, bisa 2, bisa 3. Tapi biasanya kalau ada perintahnya no more than three words, itu pasti di antara 1 sampai 10 atau 1 sampai 6 ya ini. Untuk 1 sampai 6 ya, pasti ada jawaban yang 3, 3 huruf, 3 huruf, 3 kata. Oke, kita mencoba memprediksi jawaban. Di sini destination, berarti di sini kira-kira jawabannya adalah nama tempat. Entah itu park, school, supermarket gitu ya. Kemudian weather, cuaca. Mungkin ini cuacanya panas, dingin, ber apa namanya? Bersalju seperti itu ya. Arrival time berarti nanti di sini jawabannya jam. Yang paling aman ada IM sama PM-nya. Biasanya seperti itu karena ini more than three words. Biasanya lengkap. Jadi benar-benar telinganya pasang ya. Aktivitasnya apa? Misal mungkin ini apa judulnya? Ini dibaca ya, jangan sampai nggak dibaca ya. Untuk memprediksi juga school excursion. Jadi kayak wisata ya, wisata sekolah. Berarti aktivitasnya bisa jadi ini nanti mungkin naik kuda-kudaan atau naik bebek-bebekan di air atau melihat. Ini kan melihat ya sih, bisa melihat domba, melihat gajah gitu ya. Kemudian mengunjungi apa ini? Nanti mengunjungi apa? Ini pasti tempat lagi ya. Bisa tempat, bisa benda, bisa hewan, bisa apapun ya. Return time, ya, nah ini nanti juga isinya waktu. Ya, kita harus apa namanya aware di sini. Kemudian ini ada word ini, write one word only. Jadi tiap-tiap soal itu biasanya berbeda perintahnya. Tadi yang 1 sampai 6 no more than 3 words, yang ini 7 sampai 10 one word only. Jadi 1 word aja, nggak boleh lebih, pasti salah. Nah, ini mudah kan ini ya. Nationality ini kita bisa memprediksi dengan mudah di sini. Ini kan ada contohnya Indonesian, Saudi, other. Ini bisa jadi Korean, misalnya itu ya nationality-nya apalagi Japanese. Kemudian apa ya? Pokok ini isinya adalah kebangsaan, nationality-nya apa. Nah, itu tadi setelah kita membaca cepat gitu ya. Nah, baru kita mendengarkan. Loh, padahal recordingnya ini jalan terus, makanya kita harus membaca cepat, prediksi. Ini saya kan menjelaskan saya ya. Oke, kita ini kayaknya
Bus trip.
ini
We didn't get home
jalan
until
terus ya
8:30 that
recordingnya,
time.
makanya kita balik
Yes,
lagi
that
aja,
was a
balik
bit
lagi.
too late, wasn't it?
Kita balik lagi. Nah, jadi sudah saya jelaskan, silakan diaplikasikan ya. Dan part 1 IELTS ini kan ada 4 part ya, tiap part 10 soal. Diusahakan part 1 benar semua, karena semakin ke belakang itu semakin challenging, semakin susah gitu ya. Bisa kita cek ya, ini kan bisa kita cek. Nah, ini adalah momoknya, kalau saya ya, lemahnya di pilihan ganda. Karena semua dimension nanti. Big cities, nature holidays, Nepal, ini nanti dimension semua, disebut semua di recordingnya. Oke, kita ke part
Section
1.
1. You will hear 2 teachers, Andrew and Katie, discussing the coming excursion of their language class. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6. You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Well, we have this school excursion plan, but when exactly is it? Is it this Tuesday or Wednesday?
Well, it can't be Tuesday with the English tests taking place.
Ah, right, not Tuesday but Wednesday.
That's right, all day Wednesday, taking a bus outside the city.
The excursion is on Wednesday, so Wednesday has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Well, we have this school excursion plan, but when exactly is it? Is it this Tuesday or Wednesday?
Well, it can't be Tuesday with the English tests taking place.
Ah, right, not Tuesday but Wednesday.
That's right, all day Wednesday, taking a bus outside the city.
And where are we going?
Last month we went to Arthur Island, so this time we're going to the animal park.
Arthur Island was okay, but it was too cold. Let's hope the weather for this week's excursion is better. I don't suppose animals care about bad weather, but I certainly do. Have you heard the forecast?
Yes, and it's not too bad. Basically, they're saying Monday will be sunny,
Good.
but then the weather will change.
Not so good.
Yes, Tuesday we'll have some showers, but by Wednesday, the day of our excursion, it will be, well, their words are cold and cloudy.
Cold and cloudy. Well, as long as it isn't wet and rainy, I'm happy enough. We won't need umbrellas, just warm clothing. And what time will we get there?
Let's see, the bus picks us up at 8:30 a.m. and then it's an hour and a half on the road, so we arrive at 10 a.m. Sorry, with the 15-minute break, that will actually be 10:15 a.m.
That's early enough. Then all our students can see the animals, have their fun, and do whatever they want to do.
Well, one fun event planned that day is Birds of Prey.
What's that?
That's when they bring out several birds of prey, eagles, falcons, kites, those sorts of birds, and throw pieces of meat into the air, and the birds swoop down and eat them. It's quite impressive.
Sounds great. Birds of prey. Are there any other activities?
There's a catered lunch at the park restaurant. We've already paid for that. And in the afternoon there's... Well, I had a choice between the reptile display and the koala handling. In the reptile display, the students can handle live pythons and various other snakes.
Surely they'd rather hold koalas.
I'm sure, but the koalas can't be handled unless the weather's sunny, and given the forecast, I thought it better to choose the reptile display.
That's a shame. These Asian students would love the koala handling.
Yes, I know, but we can't control the weather.
And then we get back. What time will that be?
We leave the park at 4:30, but then we face traffic, so we won't get back until well after 6 p.m. It will most likely be 6:30, but that's better than the last trip. We didn't get home until 8:30 that time.
Yes, that was a bit too late, wasn't it?
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Andrew, I understand you've been doing some research regarding the breakdown by nationality of our student body. That must have produced some interesting results.
You're right. I got some statistics from head office.
I would imagine that most of our students are either Japanese or Chinese.
You imagine right. But it's the Chinese who constitute the majority, but only just. I had thought Koreans might be second, but it's actually the Japanese, quite close behind. It's somewhat surprising, but obviously all those study tours that our university markets in Japan are bringing in students.
What's the breakdown exactly?
Japanese are a quarter of the whole, which is considerable. Last year they were only 16%, so that market has grown nicely. The only other proportions of some weight are the Indonesians and Koreans, about the same. Indonesians at 15% and the Koreans are a little higher, not like last year when they were less than 10%.
I thought we'd have more Indonesians than Koreans.
Well, as I said, they're about the same. Just like the Saudi and Thai student numbers, almost the same also, both just under 10.
Which one is bigger?
Thai students number just a fraction more. As for the other nationalities, collectively they're only 3%, so it wasn't worth giving each of them a separate category. I just grouped them under other. That's Vietnamese, South American, a couple of Russians, and so on.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Oke, ada
Now
waktu
turn section
cek
2.
answer. Ada waktu
You will
cek
hear a
answer.
representative from Easy Travel Travel
Kita langsung
Agency
ke part 2.
explaining to some
Ceknya
customers
nanti,
the
akhir.
benefits of her company. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
Hello, everyone. Now, you're here because you're interested in travel, right? And you're in the right place. For Easy Travel, we have the best deals for the best locations. We specialize in eco-travel, or holidays designed to get you amongst nature, ignoring the hustle and bustle of big cities. So whether you want to hike in Nepal, as many people do, or follow some jungle paths in the rainforests of Queensland, we can give you the best deal. If you look at our office here, you'll see our overseas consultants. That's for trips overseas, obviously, to Europe, to North America, but primarily for the Asian market, which is generally more popular in this part of the world. Most people like that touch of the Orient, right? But they also like the domestic market, since this country offers its fair share of beautiful natural vistas. What about the deserts, anyone? What about some striking red rock gorges? Then talk to our domestic consultants, who can arrange anything you want. But they deal with the accounts in the morning, so you'll need to talk to them in the afternoon. And remember, our office doesn't open at night, sorry to say. Now, around the outskirts and outer regions of this city, there are many beautiful places that you might not be aware of, and the advantages of these regional locations are many. Mostly by being closer, some of them can be done in a day tour. Yes, it's fast and convenient with none of those long-haul bus trips which often leave you cramped and uncomfortable and stuffing heavy suitcases into luggage racks. But I should tell you about our buses, those that are needed for the somewhat more distant holiday destinations. They definitely do not suffer from those problems I just mentioned. We use the services of the famous Sleek Line Company, whose buses are known as the very best. Yes, they are big, yes, they are comfortable, but what makes them especially different is the personal attendant who accompanies the driver, ready and willing to serve you and ensure that your trip is the very best. So whether it's overseas or local, we can certainly give you what you want. Now, do you have any questions?
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
Right, let me orient you to our main Easy Travel office here. On this table right beside us are travel magazines for you to browse through, and on the wall next to that are many more for all parts of the world. Our 4 travel consultants sit over there on the other side of that long counter. That's right, 4 of them, side by side, all serving various regions. Now, let me tell you their specific functions. Firstly, the consultant on the left, next to the plant, is the local tours consultant, serving tours in the immediate vicinity of this city. Next to her is what we call regional tours, targeting the statewide options. Next to her is the interstate tours, and that can involve either buses or planes. In the former case, utilizing the Sleek Line bus service, as you know. And finally, next to her in the corner is general inquiries, which is self-explanatory. If you have questions of a general nature, rather than one relating to specific destinations, you can go there. Now, as I said, we can do international tours, and for that you need our big office, just through that door, the one between those 2 plants. However, if your international tour is in the Asian region, which is generally our most popular option, then we deal with that in a separate room, the one opposite international tours, but not the corner one. Just go through that door on the left, the one next to that cupboard. The door next to that is, in fact, our general office, so please don't go through there. That's reserved for staff members only.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Section 3. Now turn to section 3. You will hear 2 students, Sam and Liz, discussing their university orientation program. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 24. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 24.
Hi Liz, how do you feel about starting university here?
A little bit nervous, but I'm confident I can handle it. This orientation program seems like it will help us a lot.
Sure. I'm looking at the timetable here myself. It seems that there are choices available.
I can see. So, what are you going to do Monday afternoon? In the morning we all have the opening lecture, but it looks like we have a choice later that day, as you said.
Well, the careers lecture might be helpful, but I am interested in the uni tour. It's probably too early to be thinking of careers now anyway, and I want to know what's what at this new university, so I'm doing the tour.
All right, I'll come along with you. Might learn something interesting. After all, we haven't seen much of this place yet, and we will be spending 4 years here.
Tuesday is another full day too. In the afternoon there's a lecture about study skills, but that morning offers another choice.
Library tour or student union induction? What do you think?
I think the student union is very important, but we can go there any time, right? So we should take advantage of the library tour while it's being offered. Maybe the week after, you and I can go to the student union.
Library it is then. Now, Wednesday has a free session in the morning, but after lunch there's a choice between visiting the computer lab or attending a lecture on our legal rights.
Well, law and rights are important, but computers are the basis of everything these days, so I'm going to the computer lab.
Don't you think knowing our legal rights is equally, if not more important? We live in a very litigious and complex society now.
Sure, but it's something we can pick up later, so let's leave that one out.
Okay.
Let me see the timetable. Thursday is a free day, and the week winds up with some celebrations on Friday afternoon. It looks like a fun choice too. There's either a barbecue on the main lawn or the dance.
I never pass up the chance to eat something. What about you?
If I can get a free meal, I'll take it any day, and I'm not good at dancing anyway.
Well, that's that decided, right?
Right.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 25 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 25 to 30.
Guess what, Liz? There's another interesting thing in this orientation booklet, and it looks important, about a style guide.
What's that?
Take a look yourself. It seems to be a set of rules regarding how to present written work, essays and that sort of thing to the lecturers. They want a uniform style of presentation.
I can see, so everything we hand in must have a header and a footer.
A what?
A header and a footer. The footer is at the bottom of the page and the header is at the very top. That's why they call it a header, you know, that little bit of writing giving details about the work. And they also want the word count. Why do they need that?
I guess because the lecturers will specify the number of words they want for their assignment, and they want to be sure students follow this.
And even the heading on the page has to be a specific dimension, 16 points and bold print and underlined.
And subheadings are 14 points, and the font has to be Arial for everything.
Yes, the main text is Arial too, as you said, and the size is 12 points, with the header and footer being slightly smaller at 10 points each. Well, it seems logical. The size of everything is in proportion to its importance. But why do they need the spacing of the main text to be 1.5? The header and footer are different. They're only single-spaced.
Probably to allow the teacher to insert comments or corrections, or just to make it all more readable, I suppose.
And we need wide margins on the left, right, top and bottom, probably for the same reason. Lots of space to allow the addition of comments. That's a bit scary, actually. It seems to assume we will be making mistakes.
And look what they want in the header and footer. The header has the name of the work.
Not the name of the teacher?
No, the work, but surely the teacher's name must go somewhere. Ah, here it is. It goes in the footer.
OK, I'd say this is all logical. If a page is lost, say falls to the floor, then with all this information it can always be traced back to the teacher involved.
Right. As you say, all very logical.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now to
Okay.
section 4.
Section 4, yeah.
You will hear a
Use only
lecturer
2 words.
discussing public parks. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 34. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 34.
Most of us are familiar with a local park. We spend time there, play there, and have some of our best memories in these places. But what is a park? Basically, it can be defined as a natural, or at least semi-natural, piece of land, planted with a variety of trees, bushes and flowers, protected and reserved for the enjoyment of all citizens. There are usually regulations about the sorts of behaviour that can take place within, and sometimes there are facilities such as children's playgrounds or fields for ball games and other sorts of activities. For this reason, if there is grass, it is kept short, and this also discourages the breeding of insect pests. A well-maintained park actually needs a lot of people to look after it, and more so if the park showcases special plants, flowers or trees, in which case it is called a botanic garden. In complete contrast, if the park is big and remote enough, it is sometimes designated as a wilderness park, to be left completely alone and untouched, protected from all development in order to allow wild species, both plant and animal, to live undisturbed. But it is the urban park, the sort of park that most people are familiar with, that I want to talk about now. These preserve natural landscapes for the pleasure of the urban population, most commonly just for passive recreation. In other words, allowing people just to observe the trees and lie in the grass, and such passive recreation is certainly needed.
Before you hear the rest of the lecture, you have some time to look at questions 35 to 40. Now listen and answer questions 35 to 40.
Continuing on the subject of parks, it might surprise you to know that once there were none. 1,000 years ago, there was no need, since there were already extensive open spaces, forests and wilderness surrounding most cities and towns, for example in Europe. These dark, dank forests were large and even dangerous, full of wild animals and with the potentially fatal result of getting lost. Hence, fairy tales evolved about witches living in these areas and the wolves and bears which could threaten young children. However, with the rapidly increasing human population, the original wilderness and natural open spaces were intruded upon. Forests were cut down as population spread, and with them urban pollution and further deforestation. But it was only with the advent of the Industrial Revolution that people realized natural areas needed to be preserved to give the populace access to the sort of nature that was fast disappearing due to the uncontrolled development and demand for resources. The first park expressly designed for that purpose is usually considered to be Prince's Park in Liverpool. This was in 1841 on land donated to the public by a rich iron merchant. With such a generous donation, worth about £50,000, the council decided to invest £5,000 of its own money in making it look good. Consequently, they hired a landscape designer, Joseph Paxton, who designed twisting turning pathways among shade-giving trees, all based around a central lake. In many ways, it became the prototype for all later large parks, including the famous Central Park in New York. But if we were to pick the park that most people are familiar with, it would be the much smaller neighbourhood park. These can be tiny, but by being in the midst of extensive development and dense populations, they are increasingly seen as a refuge, where one can get a glimpse of true nature. Many psychologists now maintain that this glimpse is necessary, for ultimately, as a species, we have an innate affinity for nature, and the concrete urban zoo clashes with our inner being. This has seen the rejuvenation of many urban parks that were once left to decay, for example in New York or London, and indeed some cities such as Melbourne are known all over the world for their abundance of carefully maintained parks, including a world-famous botanic garden.
That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. That is the end of the listening test. In the IELTS test, you would now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet, to the answer sheet, to the answer sheet.
Nah, ini kan tadi bilangnya kita punya waktu 10 menit untuk transfer ke kertas jawaban kita. Cuma ini kayaknya recording untuk paper base ya. Kalau di computerize, kalau yang base komputer itu kita cuma ada waktu 2 menit ya. pengalaman saya 2 menit untuk ngecek spelling kita. Ini tadi saya ketinggalan ya, ada beberapa ketinggalan dan bingung juga, ini saya nggak yakin. Ini saya bingung ada S-nya atau enggak ya. Ini tadi saya ketinggalan karena dia kan ngomong terus ya. Saya masih mikir ya tadi ngomong apa. Nah ini saya ketinggalan juga. Waktu 2 menit bisa kita gunakan untuk apa namanya ngecek. Ini kan masih ada waktu 18 menit di web ini ya. Kalau di web ini misal masih ada waktu 8 menit, tapi kalau di official testnya kita cuma ada waktu 2 menit. Nah ini ada waktu saya untuk menjelaskan ya. Oke, tadi di part 1 saya jelaskan ya, di part 1 kita cek spelling. Animal Park betul. Ini saya yakin sih yang ini. Birds of Prey, saya yakin tadi S-nya jelas banget. Karena kalau jawabannya nggak ada S-nya itu juga salah jawaban saya. Reptile display, betul. Nah ini tadi kalau kalian dengar ya, sebelum menyebutkan presentasenya, mereka tuh sudah menyebutkan negaranya duluan. Kayak tadi ya, seperti Saudi dan Thai. Oh. Walaupun belum dijelaskan presentasinya berapa, ini kan yang tinggal kosong kan ini berarti jawabannya ya Thailand gitu. Gitu ya. Terus kemudian tadi Japanese ya. Japanese itu sebelum disebutkan quarter gitu kan, bahasanya quarter kan 25%. Itu sudah disebutkan second. Jadi yang menempati second place. Nah, itu sudah bisa langsung kita ketik gitu. Jadi sebenarnya dalam IELTS itu terkadang kalau yang part 1 ini masih mudah karena keterangannya tuh kadang lebih dari satu gitu ya. Kemudian yang part 2 part 2 ini agak challenging biasanya. Cuma karena ini pendek-pendek jadi saya agak agak mudah tadi. Tadi kan disebutin semua ya, Nepal, natural holidays, big city, sebutin semua kan. Europe, North America, terus Asia, sebutkan semua. Cuma tadi kalau nggak salah, mostly itu diparaphrase di recordingnya itu jadi primarily. Oh ya, saya lupa ya. Di IELTS kalian harus benar-benar terbiasa dengan parafrase. Jadi yang di recording dengan yang terprint atau yang tertulis itu biasanya beda. IELTS itu memang hobi banget menggunakan parafrase. Parafrase itu artinya sinonimnya lah bahasanya sebenarnya ya. Sinonimnya. Kemudian eh tadi kalau ini saya tadi dengernya gorgeous tadi tuh eh kalau pagi hari itu kita dipilihkan karena budgetnya terbatas gitu ya. Kalau siang hari kita bisa milih. Nah, tadi saya dengernya kalau bisa milih, oh berarti gorgeous lah ya, kita bisa itu. Kemudian di malam hari nggak ada, berarti kan antara A dengan B, gitu ya. Kemudian tadi nomor 14, tadi tuh recordingnya itu apa ya? Intinya kita bisa melihat banyak tempat dalam waktu yang singkat. Berarti kan they can be seen quickly. Jadi IELTS itu selain sering menggunakan sinonim, dia juga sering menggunakan parafrase dan kata lain atau kalimat lain yang maknanya sama. Kita suruh suruh menyimpulkan sendiri. Kalau ini tadi jelas banget ya service. Nah, ini tadi kan saya sudah ke sini karena saya sudah selesai yang ini, jadi harus cepet-cepet ke langkah berikutnya. Nah, ini relatif mudah ya karena biasanya chartnya itu ruwet. Kalau ini kan enggak, ini enggak ruwet ini. Yang pertama tadi local tour kan yang paling kanan dekat tumbuhan kan, near plant. Kemudian yang B tadi between ya, ada kata between plant. Itu ya. Tuh, next. Ini saya bahas secara itu ya, singkat ya, secara singkat. Ini tadi mudah banget, ini juga jelas ini. Kalau tinggal milih ya, tinggal milih. Ini tadi jelas banget jadwal mereka ya. Kalau di siang hari tadi eh university tour, kemudian yang Tuesday itu tadi kan antara ceweknya bilang mau ke student union induction atau library tour. Nah, cowoknya itu mensuggest ke library tour. Jadi kan dimention semua ya, hati-hati ini ya. Jadi emang IELTS itu nggak bisa pakai, kalau menurut saya ya nggak bisa pakai cara cepat, harus apa namanya, dipahami benar-benar recordingnya. Kemudian yang ini Nah, ini one word ya, one word only. Mudah ini kalau one word. Ini kayak aturan menulis laporan kalau nggak salah ya. Tadi jelas banget kalau yang di atas ini header. Ini kita cek spellingnya. Kadang saya kebalik ini headernya A-nya dulu atau E-nya dulu ya. Maklum lah. Kemudian tadi fontnya 16, 12. Lalu apa nih aku mau? Space-nya itu kayak single. Kemudian di sini tuh ini name of the work. Tadi di mention 2 kali ya sama si ceweknya loh. Bukan name of the teacher ya, bukan. Sama cowoknya dikasih tahu name of the work. Baru yang name of the teacher itu yang nomor 30 ini. Includes the name of the teacher. Gitu ya. Kemudian yang part 4 ini tadi saya terlalu banyak mikir. Oke, tadi terlalu banyak ya, jadi saya lupa tadi keyword-keywordnya. Tadi ini grass cut, pokoknya saya cuma denger rumputnya doang. Depannya nggak denger ini, kayaknya depannya ini. Passive recreation. Terus ada S-nya nggak ya? Nggak tahu sih. Ini ketinggalan, kemudian tadi industrial was industrial revolution, kemudian ini tadi jelas 50,000 ya, 50 ya, bukan 15. Ya, semoga aja benar. Kemudian di tengah ada Central Lake. Kalau misal kita jawab lake aja, kayaknya benar. Cuma kalau ini kan 2 words, biar aman dilengkapi aja. Kemudian tadi refuge, terus Melbourne. Tadi saya bingung ya, Melbourne itu kok nggak ada E-nya, kayak nggak pantas kadang kan gitu ya. Saya masalahnya tuh dari dulu tuh spelling. Melbourne kok ada yang kurang, kayaknya kurang E. Kan nggak pantas gini kayak tadi. Kok kayaknya kurang gitu. Oke, kita submit aja ya, kita submit ya. Bismillah. Kita submit, nanti kita web ini enaknya web ini tuh ada penjelasannya. Oh, 8. Oke. Oke. Berarti benar 36 ya, salah 4. Oke, di sini benar ya. Oke, benar. Nah, ini grass cut ya. Saya salahnya yang ini benar, oke. Yang grass cut itu harusnya short grass ya. Oke, salah. Passive recreation salah. Oh, harusnya yang bawahnya. Ini sering nih kayak gini. Industrial. Nah, ini ada pemakluman yang nggak ada titiknya, masih dibenerin. Central Lake. Oke. Nah, kalau kalian ingin belajar mandiri, nyoba-nyoba, ini bisa didengerin di sini. Nah, sangat mudah ya belajar IELTS listening ini pakai web ini. Misal kita putar lagi. Nah, kita putar lagi. Ini ada nah jawabannya ada di sini, ada di sini. Jadi ini skripnya, sebelah kanan itu skripnya, sebelah kiri itu jawaban kita tadi, salahnya di mana. Listennya dari sini juga bisa.
Last month we went to Arthur Island, so this time we're going to the animal park.
Oke. Kalau kita nomor satu ya, saya ulangi ya nomor 1 ya. Jawabannya kan animal park, atau dikasih the nggak apa-apa karena kan tadi boleh minimal 3 ya. Listen from here.
Last month we went to Arthur Island.
Oke. Last month we went to Arthur Island. Nah, kalau kita cuma mendengar itu, kita akan menjawab yang pertama disebutkan. Arthur Island ya. Kita akan menjawab Arthur Island. Kan itu last month ya. Kita dengerin lagi.
This time we're going to the animal park.
Oke, this time we are going to animal park. Ya, jawabannya animal park. Gitu ya, bisa diulang-ulang. Kemudian tadi yang ini ya nomor 3 ya, coba ya.
And what time will we get there?
Let's see. The bus picks us up at 8:30 a.m.
The bus pick us up at 6. Nah, tadi kan awalnya dia bilang 10 a.m. Oh, sorry, ada breaknya 15 menit.
And then it's an hour and a half on the road, so we arrive at 10 a.m. Sorry. With the 15-minute break, that will actually be 10:15 a.m.
Nah,
That's
then
early
59.
enough.
Jadi
Then all our
seperti itu
students
ya
can see the
caranya
animal.
belajar menggunakan web ini. Tinggal nanti di next aja, di next. Nah, ini ada recordingnya di sini, bisa listen from here.
We have this
Sambil
school
dilihat,
excursion plan,
sambil
but when it's
dilihat skripnya di sebelah kanan. Oke ya. Semoga bermanfaat. Oke, terima kasih. Next, insya Allah saya akan pakai web ini lagi. Kita sama-sama mengerjakan yang reading. Reading saya cuma dapat 6,5 ya. Jadi mungkin ya kita belajar bersama saja ya. Oke, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.